wisdom. I'm not trusting what I learned in college. I'm not trusting that I learned all the in physics in the ninth grade. They gave me all these different forces of the universe. They gave me atmospheric pressure and buoyancy and capillary motion and centrifugal force and centripetal force and gravity and gravitational pull. I still remember all this stuff. I ain't gonna try to give y'all the prejudice though, but I used to know all that from A to Z. But you find out, whoa, I didn't learn all this stuff, and you go out in the world. When have they asked you to use it? When you've been on your job and they ask you the square root of pi? When you've been on your job and they ask you who the third president is? I heard a guy talking about black schooling, that we better stop teaching what white men did 300 years ago in England and teach our kids how to balance a checkbook, how to deal with the police, how to deal with our modern issues. Saints of God, hidden wisdom. And I'm telling you, I'm closing because I believe that we're on our way to significance. It doesn't take 1,000 people in here to do it, but I believe thousands are coming. God woke me up one day last week and he told me, and he showed me preaching to an arena full. And he said, Steve, your problem is that you think that you know everybody that's going to help you get there. He said, you better wake up. He said, when I take you to the arena, the thing that's going to break your heart is that everybody that you thought would be there ain't going to be there. You just make sure that you're there. Saints of God, I'm telling you on today that God's got bigger things for you. He's got greater things for you. You got to stop feeling latched on. Everybody ain't got to buy into your dream. Everybody ain't got to buy your vision. I called a guy named Paul Rogers. I called him on Wednesday. How about Paul called me back yesterday? I see that I missed a call from you. Paul. I said, Paul, I'm so glad I didn't need, I'm going to call him today. And I said, Paul, I'm so glad I didn't need a gallon of milk because I'd be so done dead. But I know that Paul always is planning something. Paul is always working on something. He got one of them minds where you think Paul is at A and Paul already thinking about H and G and way on down the line. But we got to be the same way. People would say, why y'all meeting? Why? Because this is a big thing they say nowadays. They say, why don't y'all just stop y'all church and y'all combine with another church? None of the enemy's vote. They say, man, why don't y'all just stop y'all crew and y'all stop selling drugs and y'all just join with us? No, they don't ever say that. But they say that to people who are trying to push purpose. Saints of God, I'm waving my flag, but it ain't a white flag. I'm waving the banner. Jehovah Nisi, the Lord my banner, and God's going to take us higher. God's going to enlarge the place of our tent. God's going to strengthen us. God's going to give us more. If you believe that, stand up with me on today and say, God's going to do it. God did. With that lady Evelyn in turned teenager. She said, God did it. God did it. God's going to do it. God's going to do it. We got a November date where they're talking about messing with SNAP benefits. They're around here hurting people, just being as cruel as they can be. But it's time for us to have hidden wisdom. We can't make it by the Democratic Party because some of them Democrats ain't got your economy. You wander around them and they belong to the same country club that the Republicans in. You better preach your own thing. You better have your own concerns. Tell them God's about to do it. God's about to do it. God's about to give it. God's about to bless. We're about to expand. God's giving us hidden wisdom. We find anything that's not like you. God's about to do it. I feel a Holy Ghost fit coming up in here today because God's about about to deliver you. God has your name on a piece of mail, and He's got your address, and He got your email address. He even got your text message, and you've been around here, ChatGPT, God, what I need to do. ChatGPT, like ChatGPT, God, what I need to do, what I need to add. Tell them God and not ChatGPT. And I'm through. We got that hidden wisdom, and I'm sitting down. But He died until the sun refused to shine. He died till the earth rocked and reeled. He died till the earth shook and shivered. He died and hung on the cross. He would not come down from the cross just to save Himself, but He decided to die just to save you and save me. He died till the veil of the temple was rent in twain from the top to the bottom. He died till the Roman centurion said, surely this man must be the Son of God. They hung Him high, they stretched Him out wide. He looked downtown, saw some of y'all, and then He died. But that ain't how the story is. Tell someone 3 days later, He got up with all power in His hand. Power to walk right, power to talk right, power to live right. Saints of God, I'm gonna put it. Tell Him He finna put it. He gonna put it. Surely He had borne our griefs and carried our sorrows, and we didn't esteem Him stricken, smitten of God, and afflicted. But He was wounded for our transgression, bruised for our iniquity. That chastisement of our peace was placed upon Him, and with His stripes we are healed. Saints of God, I see better days coming. Go tell 5 people, I see better days coming. Get out your seat.